What's happening, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of Piston Power's Q's Ballroom, where Q, myself, answers any and all questions that you guys may ask me for. That just doesn't mean the Detroit Pistons either. You can ask me any questions about the NBA, or you can just ask me some like funny or goofy stuff and just, have some fun. This is what it's all about, entertainment. So anyway, let's go ahead and get straight into the question that you guys commented under my YouTube page, under the Piston Powered article, under my Instagram post, my Twitter, anything. Let's go ahead and get straight into you guys' questions. Question number one. Question number one is going to come from my main man that used to go to high school with me, Booch. Thank you, man. I love you for supporting me. By the way, everyone go check out his YouTube channel, Morning Cup of Joe. Real funny stuff. Go ahead and check that out. My man Booch asked his question via Instagram underneath my Instagram post. And his question says, how long do you think it will take the Pistons to rebuild? Also, was bringing Blake to Detroit a stunt to attract other big name free agents, and will we be able to sign any big names this offseason? Well, Joe, for your first question, I don't think the Pistons are in a rebuild phase. Actually, I know for a fact they're not in a rebuild phase. Stan Van Gundy's trying his hardest to win as much as he can now, even though it may not look like it. Trading for Blake Griffin definitely was a win-now move, and it has some people believing that might have handicapped us for the foreseeable future. Now, what you might be asking is how long the Pistons are going to keep retooling, and quite honestly, I just don't know. I mean, a lot of it has to do with health. Because when Reggie Jackson was healthy this year, we were 19-14, which was our best start since 2008-2009. So, I mean, a lot of it has to do with Reggie Jackson and his health, and then once he gets back, how do we look together? I mean, if he looks good with Blake and Andre, I don't think we're going to keep retooling very much. I think our ceiling is going to be as far as Reggie Jackson, Andre Drummond, and Blake Griffin can take us, and I think this is about the same team you're going to probably see for next year and possibly the next 2 years. Now, for your second question, does the Blake trade bring key free agents to Detroit? One would wish. I'm not saying that a player wouldn't want to come play with Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, and Reggie Jackson. I mean, it looks like a pretty nice scenario for me, and I'm sure he probably makes the Detroit landscape look even better to come to, but that's not the problem. This right here is why I'm saying that it's not going to happen. I mean, Blake Griffin's getting paid $29 million this year, Andre Drummond $23 million, almost 24, Reggie Jackson $16 million, John Lure $10 million, Langston Galloway almost 7-ish. 6, Anthony Tolliver $3 million, Stanley 3, James 3, Kennard 3. I mean, we're paying up to $120 million. We have almost zero cap space at all to use, and even if people wanted to come play with Detroit, we would literally have no chance in hell to be able to, because we are in salary cap hell. And for those of you who may be like confused by what you guys saw at the bottom, yes, that's Josh Smith's name, and we are still paying him $5 million a year for the next 2 seasons. So there's that. So to answer your question, Booch, no, the Pistons are not going to sign any big name free agents unless we do some kind of drastic move to free up cap space by like trading Andre or Reggie, which is not going to happen. We're not going to bring any key free agents in. We might do a couple of small moves here in free agency, but don't expect anything big this offseason. Alright, my next question comes from a comment underneath my YouTube video by Cerebral Cortec. Cerebral says, I think Reggie is cool. However, what do you think about Luke Kennard playing point? He has good ball handling and the size. Now, Luke did play some point guard back at Duke, but I don't think it would be the best thing for him or for the Pistons to try or use him down at point. One, for the reason that Stan Van Gundy probably just won't even think about it, because he seems to be lockheaded with Ish Smith and Dwight Bikes as the point guard position. And 2, I think Luke has bigger issues to worry about, like being a little bit more aggressive on offense like Stan Van Gundy's been asking. And I don't think we should be putting the burden on Luke Kennard to be running point guard at any time, because I don't think he's ready for that kind of thing yet. So while maybe we could run it in stretches, I do think it could happen in the future, but as of right now, no, I don't see Luke playing point guard in the Pistons' near future. My next question is also from my YouTube comments underneath my last Q's Ballroom video from Kevin Stewart, who's wondering what happened with that John Lure medical exception that was being talked about a couple weeks ago. Kevin says, where is the money the Pistons got for the medical exception for John Lure? What are we holding it for? And Kevin, just to be honest, I'm just not really sure what we're holding it for and what exactly is going on with it. After seeing your question, I did look up like what was going on with it and tried my best to understand what was going on, and this is what I found. An article published January 18, 2018 by Rod Beer of the Detroit News, it says here that the provision does not give them an open roster spot, but it does give them an extra $5 million because of the exception. But the deadline to use the exception is March 15th. This is obviously before we did the Blake trade, so I'm assuming that either one, it helped us with the Blake trade, but what I think I'm seeing from this is that we have till March 15th to use $5 million for open roster spot. If we have an open roster spot, we have $5 million to use by March 15th on whoever we'd like to get. Once again, Kevin, I admit that I'm not the most knowledgeable on this topic, but from what I understand, it says that we have till March 15th to use it on like any free agent we want. As long as we have an open roster spot, we have up to $5 million to use. If you hear anything different or that's not what it is about, I'd love to hear about that, because that's what I'm understanding from what I've read. My last question comes from a comment underneath my PistonPowered article from last week's Coos Ballroom from Tahimic. By the way, I apologize if I mispronounced any of you guys' names. Trust me, my name is Koo. It's short for Kumail. Now I'll put that across the screen. I mean, throughout all of school, throughout my whole life, I've had people call me Kumal, Kumail. Like, trust me, I understand about the mispronouncing, and I don't like it either. So I apologize in advance if I do. I really feel you on that. But anyways, Tahimic asks, was today's Bucks-Pistons game a fluke or a game that shows what the Pistons are capable of? Well, since that Bucks game, we've lost 4 straight. So that Bucks win, the Pistons beat them when the Bucks were on the second ever back-to-back. And if you remember, that's how they won their first 4 games with Blake, and we all thought that, oh God, we're going back to the playoffs. And as we see that we just like to feast on people who won the second ever back-to-back. However, I do think that last night's game against the Toronto Raptors shows what the Pistons are capable of. And it was a harsh loss, and it ripped my heart out. I didn't move from my chair 10 minutes after we lost the game, but we played really good, specifically Blake, who's now, you can see, is working inside out instead of outside in, and that frees up everything for him. Once you start getting to what you're good at, it helps make everything else much easier. It helps you get into rhythm more. The jump shots start to fall. Was last week's win against the Bucks a fluke? Yeah, I don't think we're even close to 23 points better than the Bucks, but we could beat them on any given night. But 23 points, no, absolutely not. It definitely probably was a fluke. That's all I got this week for Coos Ballroom. If you guys want to have your questions answered, you guys can go ahead and comment in the YouTube comment section below. You guys can go ahead and comment underneath my PistonPowered article, which this video will be published on hopefully today. You guys can also tweet me at my Twitter, as always, at NBA, or you can also tweet at PistonPowered. Just make sure you use the hashtag Coos Ballroom, so I know that it's like a question you want to use for the ballroom, not a question that you want me answered right there in the comment section. And before I sign off, I did just make a video a few days ago about Lonzo Ball and this false narrative that he can't shoot the ball. I absolutely put that to rest. I make everybody else who thinks he can't shoot look like idiots, and once again, Koo looks smart as usual. You know what I'm saying? I'm never wrong. Except when I said that Ish Smith was better than Reggie Jackson a year and a half ago, or when I said I thought the Lions would win out after the bye week, or when I thought that the Lions would win a playoff game 2 weeks. You know what? I'm wrong sometimes, but trust me, I'm not wrong on that video. Go ahead and check that video out. And once again, I promise you guys will like it. So thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and check out my channel. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Go ahead and show it to your friends, your family, show it to your family's friends, show it to everybody you possibly can, you know, help a brother out, you know what I'm saying? Also, if there's anything you guys would like me to talk about in the NBA, not just for Coos Ballroom, not just a question, but just a topic you guys want me to talk about in one of my videos I release during the week, go ahead and comment below a suggestion, and I might do the video on that. So that's all I have for you guys today. You guys enjoy your day. I know I'm going to enjoy mine. I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, y'all.